Boom, boom. Hey, welcome, family. Season 2, episode, what we on, like 10, 11, you know? Like I say,
10,
man, we always got a bunch
12,
of episodes.
13, a bunch of them.
bunch of them. You already know, man. But we want to welcome everybody to the Big Money No Problem Talk podcast show, man, where we get straight to the point. I'm Chuck, a.k.a. Big Wib, my brother from another AD, a.k.a. Mr. Eliana Jones.
Yo.
So, So on the show today, of course, we right back up in this shot. And like I said, we want to shout out our homie, man. He on the move right now to that West Coast, man, out there to Arizona. 88 Keys, you know what I'm saying? Check him out on all platforms. 88K3YZ, man. Check him out. Go ahead. We got our other homeboy in the shop right now. Go ahead, Fur man.
Yo, it's Furman. It's Furman Entertainment, man. I want to welcome my Furlanders, my Furmen, and my Fur ladies, man, to the Big Money No Problems Talk podcast. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We want to go ahead and let everybody know that the Big Money No Problems Talk podcast show is sponsored by Mill Hub Media, Profound Entertainment, where they have a selection of new artists and gamers. Also, we want to let y'all know, man, that the Big Money No Problem Talk podcast show is on those internet airways. You can check us out every day, man, on One United Radio Station, which you can stream at oneunitedradio.com, or you can download at One United Radio, the app at One United Radio on all major app platforms. You can also check us out every Saturday, man, out there on the number one base internet radio station out of Houston, Texas. That's 92 KELZ Radio. You can check us out. You can stream that also at 92KELZ.com, or you can download the 92KELZ app. So continue to be, you know what I'm saying, support the movement and be on the lookout for more moves to further this platform. So today, man, in the shop, man, we got somebody who actually own her shop up in the shop today, you know what I'm saying, to talk about her up and coming and how she got to where she at, man. Businesswoman, you know what I'm saying? You already know. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Tamara, Tesheira. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, my name is Tamara, Tesheira, owner of Trust City. We are a hair salon. We've been open for about 3 years now. So it's been styling hair maybe about 20 years now. That's what I do. Just hair.
Already, man. So as we always say, man, we appreciate her coming on, man, just to share her story. You know what I'm saying? Do what y'all got to do to vibe out with us. And, hey, let's get straight into the point. So as we get started, man, hey, Tamara, man, just kind of go ahead and let the people know, like, your beginning, how you got to where you at. You know, so just kind of break it down a little bit.
I say the whole professional, the industry comes from me. Definitely within the home. My mother called herself a beautician, but that wasn't her trade. My aunties. And then my oldest sister actually went to hair school, and I was her little guinea pig. And so she would come home and try everything on me and then force me to learn it. Normally they just need you as a guinea pig. We just need you as a guinea pig. But she actually forced me to learn the craft on her level because she needed her hair done. So that's where a lot of my just introduction to doing hair came from. I went into hair school. One of my girlfriends signed me up for, like an inquiry or something in high school for the cosmetology program. And naturally, I was a good student. So I showed up because my name was in this inquiry. And I brought home the paper. My mom thought it was a great idea. She put me in cosmetology school. So I finished that before I got my high school diploma, just months before. Then walked the stage and, she's a hairdresser.
Wow. So you walked the stage with a hair license and a diploma.
Absolutely.
At the same time.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
And that was the point, right? That was the point.
Good stuff.
Heck yeah, because shoot, we all you kind of already knew the path that you was headed. So ain't nothing wrong with going ahead and get the
it was like to put something in the pocket. Just even if you use it, don't use it. You want to go down a different path. They're young. They kind of talk to us. This is just one of those pocket items. And, once you have it, nobody can take it away from you.
The village literally told her how to fish. The village taught her how to. And you know what? Take this knowledge because you might use this later on if stuff get hard, and you can still make money for your family. Awesome.
Exactly. So Marbury was telling me too, man, just to kind of go back a little bit with your story as well, that you was in the Air Force for a little bit.
Yes, I was. I was a guardsman, Air Force branch. Yeah. What was my job? Hydraulic maintenance. I was a aircraft maintainer.
Okay.
Oh, so you actually worked on the airplanes, on the aircraft?
That's my job. Specifically A-10s. So not the extra big ones.
You said the A-10?
Yeah, if y'all know your aircraft.
I don't know the aircraft. What about you, Chuck?
So it's not too big of a machine. The parts aren't too big, in other words.
Okay. Now, I kind of know. I know what you're talking about. I'm a former military guy myself. I was in the Army.
Okay.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
What was your job in the Army?
I was signal, communications and everything like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do now. I'm contracting. So I'm out here actually. That's why I say you see the background where it's still kind of dark out here. Well, it's about to be morning because I'm in Qatar right now.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so that's crazy. That's what's up though. That's what's up.
And he's a guardsman. I was in the military too. Why you say it like you ain't believe me though?
This is new information. This is real. Is this real, lady?
Hell
There's all types of jobs in the military.
Hell no.
Wow.
And he was also telling me in terms of which is kind of like, can you kind of go into that story with you in the car accident?
Oh, okay. So that kind of cut my military career short, right? So let's see. So I guess how I put it to Furman, pretty much I'm in a car, I'm on my way to work. And so I'm active duty at the moment. And so it's all just a military situation now. I broke maybe, let's give it 10 bones, 12 bones.
Damn.
I was looking crazy real young.
Could you walk? I mean, were you walk? Could you walk? I mean, afterwards, could you walk? I mean, crutches? No, none at all. No walking.
Oh, no. You need some weeks. You guys.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you broke 20 bones, like 10, 20 bones.
The main break was my leg, man. The main break was the leg. I broke every bone in my left leg was broken. So most people say like your left leg, and it's just like technically it's your femur, it's your tibia, it's your fibula. But I broke every single bone in the left leg. And then some more, whatever.
I know you cried, darling. I know you did. I know
you make me want to
drop it right now for the 3 words you just said. You said femur, fibula, tibula. Make me cry right now. I want to cry off the 3 words alone. Oh Lord,
that's too many.
That's too what? 3 too many.
You never know what you can endure till you in that seat.
That's very true. Very true.
Hey, but real talk, I gotta commend you though, because a lot of people, suffer, accidents like that and never really bounce back. You know what I mean? Even just mentally bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, big shout out to you for that. You know what I mean?
Let me tell y'all, my mother was in a hospital bed right next to me.
That's not funny.
It's not funny, but it's to say that that's my ride or die. That's my ride or die. So it's to say that the village is real strong. I didn't do it on my own, in other words.
So when you were hurt after your accident, Tress, who were the person or people who took care of you that you want to send a shout out to?
Oh, absolutely. First person. Not to laugh at my mom.
Who nerves did you get on?
Say it again.
Who nerves did you get on?
First person is gonna be your mom. At least my mom. She damn near left my father in the house. Like He ain't even had time to get to the car. She's gone. My baby girl is hurt. I'm out this door. Y'all have all lost your mind. So the first one is mom who took weeks off from work just to be in the hospital on standby with me. My sisters who showed up every time they could with her. My husband who was working, I don't even know what shift he was working, but he was finagling through the security guards just to get through. He'd be my husband, brother, father, whatever he need to say to get through, he getting through at whatever time after visiting hours. So that's pretty much the crew. Mom, sister, father, Abby. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Shout outs to them.
Yeah.
You owe them, Tress. Tress, you owe them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you owe them. I don't know how much, but you definitely owe them something.
Absolutely.
So during that time though, like when you was in the Air Force and you was on that time, was the thought process of wanting to own the business, or like I want that Tress City Salon, was that even in the works during that time frame, or what was the whole thought process?
No, I just wanted my regular life back. Just to get up and go. I ain't give a darn about none of that. I mean, that joint set me down.
Yeah, I know it did.
It put you in front of people who was missing limbs and like really been through some real tough stuff. So it was like, man, I just want to get back. I'm just trying to get back right. Nope, I can honestly say, because it's mentally challenging also, right? I was young. So to be sat down that early in life, like, what? That mess with your head. So
hell yeah.
I ain't care about nothing but getting back. Trying my legs out. Like, can they dance again? Like, what we doing on the dance floor?
You try to get back to the go-go a little bit. Like, let me get back to the go-go and see if I can move a little bit.
No, for real. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's
it. Already know. That's what's up. That's why I say I could imagine, because going through something like that was probably like the most mental. I mean, I'm pretty sure that took a lot out of you at that
point. Yeah. That's the mental space. Like the physical side, not to say it's the easy part, but that's the quick side of things. You know, your bones heal in 6 to 8 weeks, but it's the mental side that kind of takes some adjusting to get back to. Yeah.
I mean, it's been just as bruised as your body was.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now though, I went through that crazy early in life, but I'm just, I'm like a young, wise person in that arena. Like, so I could talk to the older women about the little aching bones and, the hurt knees. So now I walk different now. I can talk to the young girls who fall down and, baby girl, you can't back up. Don't worry. Come back as men.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I want to ask you a question, Tress.
Mm-hmm.
Is it difficult or is it easy to manage home life with husband and kids and be a business owner at the same time?
Good question.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
And sometimes I say that, your household, all that stuff is as easy or as difficult as you make it, right? In other words, I like to say that we parenting at a little bit of a different level here. Like, we really want hands on the kids, and we really want them involved in programs, and we really want to be able to expose them and try to take them to a different level. And, you working 8-10 hours a day. No, that's not going to get them to where you're looking for. So you definitely looking for the village to kind of substitute. And once you start delegating stuff out, it gets hard and complex, and certain things you can't delegate out. So you do first thing in the morning, last thing in the evening. Y'all coming to work with me today because we gotta get this done in the middle of the day type of thing.
Right.
Hubby dropped the kids off to me. Drop me off the young kids, take the older kid where he need to go type of thing. So we're working hard to still kind of cater to their needs, the needs of the household, but it's a juggling situation, and I wasn't raised to juggle like this. So it's new. And generally things that's new don't necessarily come easy, but it's been getting easier. I can honestly say that. It's been getting easier, but not what I'm used to.
Does it kind of like take a toll on the relationship side of the marriage and whatnot?
Yes. So for the first year, first year so my ideal hours were to get away from Tuesday through Saturday, come on Monday through Friday so that I could be off on Saturdays and Sundays because my kids do sports on Saturdays and Sundays. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna work on Monday through Saturday, build up my Monday clientele, drop Saturday in a few months. Give me a few months. And that means you seeing me one day a week. And by the time you seeing me, old girl is tired on every single level. And eventually that dude, we're gonna have some problems in the house. You looking for him to do more. He looking to do the regular, and that create an issue. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I want to commend you. My bad.
No, I was just going to ask. So just to kind of take this back, just to like along those lines, like when you after the accident, and then what put you into the thought process to be like, you know what, I'm ready to start this, and then kind of tie it into the relationship. So was the husband with you when the beginning of just trying to get everything started to where it's at today?
Yeah. So the husband's been there. Yeah, absolutely since day one. But he's part of, not to say like my fan base, but that's like my fan base. That's like your number one fan. If it ain't your mama, it's your man.
It's supposed to be. Exactly.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so if anybody rooting for you to make the proper change, and he's like, Tamara, I know you done crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's, it's gonna be the hubby. Mm-hmm. But we can sit down and talk about and plan for the future all we want to. But when you in the hot seat, and I'm telling you, like, oh, I need for you to carry the household by yourself for the next, few months, and you in it, you in the thick of it. I need you to tend to the kids by yourself for this long. It weigh on you different than when you plan it. So absolutely. Have you been there? He was the one there, through the accident. He was there before the accident. He's the guy that teach you.
This man, you owe this man. Meet this man. Tell him something. I got something to tell him. That's a good man right there. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a money.
Yes, he is.
Okay. She felt that. She felt that.
Yeah.
Learn from
him. So what was kind of some of the early struggles, like the early struggles in terms of just bringing the business off the ground?
Biggest struggle, I think, would always be securing your money. Getting real with the fact that it takes your money, your real money. Ain't nobody investing in you more than you. And technically, your investors, you got to look at investors different. And I'm not like shaming investors or anything like that, but somebody else want me to work to grow their money. And so you kind of got to see how big your business is before you take on somebody else's money, before they start directing you what you want to do. So it's like being real with your money, getting your money up. That's one of the hardest things out there, because you're thinking you walk into a shop and it's going to cost you at least 20 grand off the jump just to get your doors all the way open. And generally speaking, we under 30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's real.
Well, just at 30, we ain't trying to just throw a random 20 grand into a business and hope that, the money come back someday. But you're taking your choices. You're picking your choices. And I think that's ultimately the hardest part is securing how you about to pay for all the expenses that you're going to incur before you even able to make a dime in the business space that you're about to open up.
I just want to say that let me hop in here real quick. You know, I got a couple businesses, and you don't know if they're going to make money. And I feel like those who start businesses have that powerful thing called faith. I mean, like, if you're a business owner and you don't have some faith to go with some work, don't even be a business owner.
Don't even step out in here.
Don't even do it.
We walk
it's about work. It's about work and faith. Work and faith. If you don't have them two things as a business owner, don't even just be a W-2 guy or gal.
Yeah.
And I also believe that, you know what I'm saying, you
1099.
when starting a business, you can't go into it with, you know what I mean, with the thought of immediate return. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where a lot of people might go wrong at. You know what I mean? Oh, so I'm gonna start this, you know what I mean, by, you know, I should make this by, you know what I mean, this time and this by that time, you know what I mean? Because you'll go well into a year before you really see a true profit margin. A year, maybe 2 years.
Absolutely. You know, the big books tell you to plan for 5.
Yeah. Real
you know.
I didn't see
that's real talk.
in the body business till about a year. Like really, like profit. Like I made profit. But the profit had to go back into like rent, equipment, bag. You know, like, I couldn't spend the money.
Right.
I had to reinvest in it and then take the pennies and eat off the pennies and hope hopefully my friends and family got meals or something that they can hook me up with. You know.
Exactly. And I think another.
So you call it.
I think another.
He's showing up every Sunday.
And I think another key word to kind of go into when you are probably starting up a sacrifice. There's a lot that goes on that people tend to forget. You lose a lot when you're trying to build the business up. And that's even from personal life to everything. Certain friends, certain like a lifestyle. A lifestyle is formed when you're trying to build a business. So kind of talk about that a little bit. Like, what were some of the things that you had to let go when you started?
One thing they say about women, right? It's hard to change our shopping and spending habits. You know, you'll have no money in the bank. You're going to Target and you'll just be shopping, look at your cart, and you're like, baby, you leave a cart right there because you don't need to walk away with none of it. You had to stop all of it. And when I say all of it, I mean all of it. Because the bottom line was that I was not in a financial position mentally where I just saved money how I was supposed to, right? So what they say, pay yourself first, and maybe you put 10% of your earnings for the week away, or whatever, however you save your money regularly. That was not a habit of mine. And so I said, well, we can identify at least off the first year, we're going to have to get rid of some expenses. The very first one was shopping. So I know for the first year alone, I didn't buy a single shoe, shirt, jeans, sock, whatever. That first year, all those items were already in the closet. You grocery shopping different. We always cooked regularly, so that was a good habit. But now you better you can't miss too many weekends. Like, so before maybe you eat out on the weekends type of thing. No, you need to slow down. And you cooking 7 days a week now. You're really making sacrifices and putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation that again, we could plan for, but once you in it,
that's a whole different ballgame.
I mean, when you accustomed to, and I do hair for a living, so I am accustomed to, having my 10 o'clock appointment. They done by 12:30. My next appointment might not be till 4 o'clock. I'm in the stores. I'm shopping. I'm taking myself out to lunch. I'm relaxing. I'm taking care of me. And you got to find a new way to take care of self. but you have to always be mindful that you're doing this for a reason. And technically the way you were doing stuff from the beginning or before is not even proper, right? So I always kind of feel like if I had better saving habits, right, that when I was ready to make a big move like this, that there be, you know, a decent amount of money in the bank, right? And even like when we faced with the coronavirus, how you take care of yourself, you still challenged to take care of yourself totally different as opposed to, you know, depending on just being out and in the hustle and bustle of things. But yeah, it really made the spending reevaluated all the way. And just some things totally taken out, and being honest with the expenses that you know you can't avoid, right? I read a book that said your kids new shoes is not an expense that you didn't see coming, right? Like, be honest about you know that your kids are going to outgrow stuff. You make sure that you prepare for those expenses. It's just like, you know, the light bill going to be due. You know, your kids going to outgrow stuff. You know that the car going to need fixing for. So you make sure that you allocate money for when those things are needed. But the stuff that you don't need, you cut out. And it's not, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. It takes you out your comfort zone. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, that's that crutch that we lean on. You know what I mean? Hey, it's make me feel better. I'm gonna go buy this. It make me feel better. You know what I mean? So
it's like the bottle of wine at the end of the week, still $7. You took that out too.
Hold on, we got a problem now. Hold on.
Some things as small as that. Yeah, no, you got to pick and choose.
I need my
wine. You got how many vices you
got? I need a beverage though.
We're gonna have to have a couple minutes. You know,
and you can do like 3 or 4 miniatures, and you know, get you right where you need to be.
Hey, look, I cut out the shrimp and the steak, you know what I'm saying, and eat bologna sandwiches, but you know what I mean? I'm gonna have that one.
I can dig it.
We be fried bologna every day.
But now that's real talk.
But you pick and choosing.
And that's real talk. Because shoot, a lot of that bread is going right back into the business. So you got to keep that afloat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it was shocking or else you'll be hustling backwards. How much money I had to put into the business once we got it open. That was shocking also, right? So that sacrifice is real. You gotta slow down. And you can't slow down after you need it.
Hey, Trust. I want to switch up the topic to a little something more controversial. Okay.
Let's go.
You're a salon owner, so you have a lot of women coming in and out of the salon. There's conversations to be had. I know that there is a stylist, customer, what you call it, agreement. What's that lawyer client
confidentiality?
Confidentiality. I know you got a stylist, customer confidentiality. So we don't want to know in specifics, right? But is there an issue with our women, melanated women, and our melanated men right now today? And if so, can it be fixed? Or how can it be fixed?
When you reference an issue, what do you mean? In general,
do you feel like we're coming together in a healthy way in purpose to build families for generational wealth with that purpose and aspect in mind?
So here's the honest answer to that. I service a clientele base that I sometimes feels like does not represent our group as a whole. I say that to say they're educated. Some of them from a lot of them come from old money. So sometimes my clientele just doesn't represent, like even what you're speaking to right now. They're very put together people. They're very they don't represent the brokenness in our group and our people, in other words. They can relate, but when I speak to a lot of them, and a lot of them I've been servicing for quite some years, and this is the bulk of my clientele base. They just don't they're very refined group of women. You know, they're my girls from Southeast who, when you see them today, you thought that they were born in Howard County nowadays. That's just who they, you know, that's the place they work so hard to get there. You know, their children go away to college and they kind of cater the situation from, you know, beginning to end. They have the money, they have the means, they have
the family, the husbands.
Yeah, they have the resources. Now, husbands, we can some of us are just accepting, you know, the situation that we in. Yeah, I don't. We can speak to that part of it.
Yeah, expound more on the accepting the situations that we're in.
So we do see a major issue with the men as far as the relationships. A lot of the women are able to really stand on their own, whether they be married or in a relationship. They're really able to stand independently, which speaks to what I was speaking to earlier. But as far as one guy in the shop spoke to me about marriage, and he said to me, Tamara, but are we having marriages that thrive, right? It's one thing to have numbers and say that, oh, okay, you know, this percentage of your population is married, but it's another thing to talk about, are your marriages thriving? Are you guys happy? Are you taking it to the next level? And that was a new concept for me. So I was taken back just a little bit, but when that kind of marinates, you know, in me, and I reflect on that, I can honestly say that that is a major issue. And that's why I say the settling of the relationship, that a lot of us are just kind of okay where we're at. There's not necessarily anything thriving with the relationship. You just at where you at. Does that make sense?
I believe a lot of people do that for the fear of being alone. You know what I mean? A lot of people would rather just be involved in or intertwined in something versus, you know what I mean, being alone. You know, so okay, I got a husband, I got a wife. You know what I mean? I ain't happy, but now I got one.
Yeah, it's like you're not happy, but you also not seeking the happiness. You just okay with that. You just there. One thing I noticed when we open up the floor and we actually speak about that, there might be 10 women sitting there talking and only 2 of them getting their hair done, but the other 8 decided to linger around because the conversation got real good. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
Everybody got the same story. And if everybody don't got the same story, 50% got one story, the other 50% got the you know, relate to the same exact story. So one thing we realize is that it's not your story at all. It's all our story.
Hey, Chuck, let me ask one more question, Chuck. Let me ask one more question. Because I just want to ask a melanated woman these questions so I can see what's going on. I don't have the viewpoint of women. Do women nowadays get what they call hollered at or rap to? Like we used, like do they get rap to right now in 2021? Like on the regular?
What on the regular?
Rap to and get numbers passed out or whoop whoop, or how is that going? Or what's your take on?
That's still going on.
Because I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So, no, I don't. I've seen some of the thickest women in the liquor store, and it's all men in there, and they just minding their business.
They no, guys don't like to approach the joints that just minding their business. You gotta move your eyes.
I've been in the gas station, baddie in the gas station. Everybody minding, they don't act like they don't even see it. Joe baddie.
I think the reason why that's the way it is because at our age right now, I mean, it's more professional kind of feel. So 9 times out of 10, it's not like you really trying to holler at somebody. Like you don't come at it on a kid feel like we back in high school type of mentality.
Right.
It's like,
okay, maybe not as hard, right?
It's not as hard. Yeah. Exactly.
But see, I got a different spin on that though. Because I've talked to several guys, you know what I'm saying? And it's been kind of like a common consensus amongst quite a few guys that I've talked to that, you know what I mean, they be like, no, I don't holler, because they said that a lot of women don't make themselves appear approachable.
That's what I'm speaking to when I say your face is just like that.
Yeah. It's just, you know, not approachable. So it's just like you look over there and she like you said, she looking like, I swear I don't want to. I hope don't not name one holler at me. You know what I mean? So yeah, it ain't get try it, because you know what I mean. You go, hey, excuse me, it's like,
yeah, yeah, she don't got time.
Yeah,
she got time. She
do got time.
Got some time for Big AG, man. She got time for my man. Oh man, I'm turning my man down.
I just think as we got older, you know what I'm saying, then it's a lot more professionalism when it comes to, we got a lot more women now too as well in like your position, owners and business oriented. So some dudes get intimidated by that a little bit because they don't understand how to really play that role or think the roles will be reversed in a relationship if I come to a woman who's she got that confidence. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of dudes is just like, you know, I can't really deal with that confidence type of mentality. And it's hard.
It's hard. It sounds like, but that kind of sound, I mean, wow. That sounds like a cop-out.
Yeah, it is. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is. It is. It is. Some dudes ain't, I don't understand it either. You know what I'm saying? If you're confident within yourself, you're doing what you need to be doing, hey, it shouldn't be no issue. But I think
it depends on the type of confidence. It's different types of confidence now. You know what I mean? You got confident, and then you got, I done put myself on the undeserved pedestal. You know what I mean? Them is two different things. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? Confidence is cool. I want any woman that I approach to be confident. Be confident in your beauty. You know what I'm saying, Queen? You know what I'm saying? You are an amazing woman. Be confident. You know what I'm saying? But don't be confident to the point when you start getting to that, you know what I mean, I'm here and you there, or you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level. You know what I mean? That's not confidence. That's just, you know what I mean, flat out, you know what I mean, cocky,
But so is that the internalization of what the guy is thinking that once he approaches the girl is going to happen?
Ooh.
A lot of times, yeah. I mean, you got it, because you have to think about it now. You know, like, you know what I mean? And it's not nothing against independent women, because women should be independent. But you know what I mean? The independent women movement has gone so far that, you know, I mean, you done heard it so much that I don't need a man for nothing. You know what I mean? So that level of confidence is rising up. You know what I mean? We're looking at she don't need a man. So you know what I mean? I'm like, she can stand right where she can pump her own damn gas.
Hey, this, absolutely. Like, this. In PG County, it's so many women driving in Mercedes Benz, right? And mind you, I'm a business owner in a poop putt. Now think about this. She's a W-2 in the Mercedes Benz. I'm a business owner in a poop putt. But I'm swagging. I'm doing me. I got a little red. I got my shit going. But then she looks at me and says, you don't got nothing going on.
It's the county. You know how that is.
Hold on. But I'll be like, you like that. I'll be like, you a W-2 tone.
Hey, hold on. It ain't just PG County. Hey, bro. Hey, in Chicago.
I thought it was just the richest black county in the nation. My bad. My apologies. I thought it was the richest black county in the nation that did this. I'm so sorry, AG. You're right.
So what about in the hood though, too? Because I done seen instances where, you know what I mean, you walking. The woman, I mean, you walk, you ain't even got a vehicle. I done seen, you know what I mean, a grown man pull up in the work truck. Excuse me, it's like, fuck you walking. I could at least get you, you know what I mean, right to the bus stop or something. You walking for real.
You got nerve to say,
hey, you hit that U-turn, and that flashy car pull up. Oh, you leaning all in the window. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, I got AG. I'm gonna hop in real quick, Tress. Like I said, when they look at my poop putt, they automatically think something, right?
Okay.
And when I look at them, I automatically think something. Okay. But when I drove the Bentley for the week, now women are approaching me. I'm talking about not giving me a glance or a flirty glance. No, they're walking up on me saying, "Hey, how are you doing? My name is such and such. What's your name? What you about to do?" I mean, real live, ready to take me tonight. Yeah, wherever. Now, here's the thing. That is the frustrating part that I feel like us melanated men go through, because we have hard workers that drive poop putt work vans and trucks, and we out here getting it, but we're looked down upon.
Right.
We're not even looked down upon. We're not even looked at. We're not even looked at until we pull up in the Bentley or the Bentley or the Bentley truck or something, or the Maserati, and now we have all the attention. I'm gonna tell you something. For a man that
think it was
nothing to something, that's gonna make them mad. I'm gonna let you know that.
It was a Facebook group I was in that was kind of having a similar conversation. And, you know what I mean, one woman jumped out and said, and a bunch of the other women kind of, you know what I mean, jumped on her bandwagon with it. Was like, the man shouldn't even, you know what I mean, he shouldn't even be trying to speak to no woman, you know what I'm saying, fresh off work, dusty and dirty. That's not the time or the place for you to be trying to holler at a woman. I'm like, really?
What? What?
But my take on that is, if when I'm dusty and dirty, you can't fuck me when I'm clean then. Straight up.
Thing, man. And you know, if my daddy was never dusty or dirty, fresh off of work, and you presenting yourself for the first time to me dusty and dirty, how do I take that? I'm unfamiliar with that. Now, my dad did construction, so he was always dusty and dirty. So
exactly.
I
mean, you could tell dusty and dirty from work than an old bum. You know what I mean?
No, and I guess when I say dusty and dirty, I'm speaking to the collars that we wear, right? Your blue collars versus your white collars. Yeah. Sometimes we can't see the difference in the man. No, we can't see the difference in the bank accounts, right? When we see the guy when he pulls up with the putt, never mind the fact that he got, you know, his whole own business, so he got, you know, benefits and actually a good job, and he's conservative with his money, and that's why he got a putt. And you know, the girl that he actually is going to be down for, she gonna have a nice car. We can't see, some of them can't see that stuff, and that just speaks to the type of person that they are off the jump. You don't want to secure those. You don't want to secure that woman, because you're going to have to enlighten her on so many different levels. Like, where that's going to take your relationship. Like, you sitting here educating her left and right. No, you're not going to be standing by for that.
But
I don't have
but you know the tragedy? You know the tragedy of it? The tragedy of it is that the business owners are the ones that can control their time. They have the time to build something with you, to hang with you, to call you. You want to go to breakfast or lunch?
Because I can make it happen.
I can make it happen. But your other man that got the Mercedes Benz is at work. He's at work for 10 hours. But I'm right now, ready to go.
Yeah.
So
what you need? Some left look.
That car no do.
Yeah. And the only way he know how to get the money is to go to that job. He don't have no other hustles. So he must go there.
So here's the thing. We have women that's not properly educated on the blue collar small business owner. The man that makes money and makes time at the same time.
Yeah.
We got Trust, I need you to put a bulletin out to your lady, to your sister, and let them
So not
do
the
not
APB.
look down on our blue collar business owners, man.
Let them know.
Moving
Let
job.
them know.
Pick stuff up, heavy stuff.
Yes, baby.
We just need more representation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. We need a little information session with that one because they really missed the bar.
Obviously, your husband didn't miss the bar with you. He said, "Nah, I'm sticking right here. Nope, I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here." You tell you about to do what? You about to own something? Oh yeah, my shorty own something. Yeah, my shorty own something. Yeah, we good out here.
She said, "What you want to do, baby?
He is out
Oh,
here.
for real? Oh, okay. Yeah. What you
my
need?
wife.
That's it. What you need?
Right. Over here bragging about you and everything, man. Come on, man. That's good stuff.
But I think the secret to a lot of that, when you got successful relationships where they are like the owners, especially when it comes from the woman's standpoint of being in that position, when you include your spouse heavy into what you got going on and make them feel like they're a part of what's going on, that's how you get that successful relationship. And that's how you get that success. But when one start to really feel like they doing more than the other, that's when the problems start to come a little bit.
Absolutely. So I mean, you still got to recognize how sharing a life. You know what I mean? You can't live a whole totally different, you know what I mean, life than your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Because it's become too big of a part of your life, right? For you to actually own something so big, you know, it's too big of a part of your life to kind of leave one person out of it.
That's all facts.
I also believe that it takes a different type of mindset to be a business owner. And I want to know your background from your did you have a mom and dad or single parent or single dad household, or what was your household like? And what did your parents do if you had one parent or two parents?
So I have two parents. My mom, I'm actually named after her. My dad, he's there.
So your mom's name is Tamara Tesheira as well?
That's my Tesheira is my married name. So my maiden is Quill. So she's Tamara Quill. My dad is they've been married for over 30 years. My dad is a construction work contractor. My mom was a bus driver. But like I said, she did hair. She could sell water to a well. She just drove buses. Just it, was one of those things that you do as a mom to anchor down the home and make sure everybody got health insurance and stuff like that. But I really saw a lot of hustle out of her. My dad, he kind of groomed us in his business, so to speak. I was the one he'd wake up at any given moment to write his contracts and whatnot. Business proposals didn't matter. Type up whatever he needed. He needed a little extra work, need somebody to clean up. He grabbed his girls up, didn't really matter. Which I knew how to do. Y'all was going to learn today.
Who is this man? Who's this man? Who is this like great guys around you, man?
That's real talk.
Solid nigga.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
So, a lot of the entrepreneurship, a lot of the even just learning, because you can go to hair school and learn how to do hair, and you can do hair real well, but that's never going to get you paid. My parents also taught me, like, you gotta put yourself out there. And I remember my dad, there was a guy who came past the house to install the cable, and before that guy left, his hair was certainly styled by my hands, because my dad looked at him and said, "Boy, I think you need to get your hair done. My daughter do hair. Tamara, how much it costs?" I said, "What?"
That's what's up, though.
Hey, Pops was on it, though. He was on it.
Yeah, that's what's up, though.
Exactly. He said, we gonna incorporate this family hustle in this thing.
No, for real. And to this day, my dad mentions me when doing his deals. If he sees a potential customer, by the way, before I leave out, after this contract gets signed, my daughter does say, if you need your hair relaxed or sewing, whatever, braids, give her a call.
Let me sell it to your contract. Hey, you heard that my daughter hook you up as well. Everybody's selling.
Hey, but really, that's what it takes, though. I mean, that's the way that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to, recommend. You know what I mean? Hey, advertise. Yeah. That's all a part of marketing. You know what I mean? Hey, so that's love.
And if you can't do it for yourself, if you've never seen it done, then that's one of the biggest issues for stylists and barbers. Any profession, getting out there and networking and promoting yourself and your own brand and your own name. Sometimes
I imagine it got to be kind of like the music industry. Yeah, yeah, you can rap, you can sing, but that's really only about that much part of, what I'm saying, really making it in the industry.
Got to
market. What I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's all about marketing. All about marketing.
You can record all the CDs you want all day, but until you can attract the people that's going to pay for them, you ain't did much of nothing.
Exactly.
Understand, read and understand and comprehend them contracts, that paperwork, you know what I'm saying, the legalities, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So do you kind of carry that on now? Like, it's obvious that you had the outlook on entrepreneurship from the parents. So do you kind of, with your kids now, is that the thought process as well, get them involved, teaching them little things early?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just the whole, what's the right word? Grooming them. You want to groom them over a certain amount of time, right? Because they are at all different ages, right? When they're young and they see entrepreneurship and approaching people and selling stuff, it might be cute. When they're middle age, it might be a little more, they're a little more bashful. And then as they become teenagers, they kind of, teenagers are very fickle.
Right.
They can be, they can be outgoing, they can be private, they can be secretive. So the teenager, to kind of get them to come on board with all of that, all in the
same day.
We all parents in here, boy.
So, but definitely, we try to groom them to be mindful of what's happening in front of you, right? Because they see the relatives who have the regular jobs, they see those who have the businesses, and sometimes you just have to challenge them instead of teaching them, just to reflect on what it is that you see happen. Who has the jobs? Do you see what's going on? Do you see how certain people hustle and bustle, and other people just kind of wake up every day at 7 and come home every day at 7?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like my son, he would come to me. He very like he got so many ideas. So the one thing he will always ask and see, because he'd see me doing the podcast, see me doing a lot of things in terms of just like some of the music and the way I move, hustle, promote, all this stuff. So when he would come to me with opportunities, Dad, I want to do this. That's when I knew, when I would test him, because I'd be like, all right, son, so what's next after this? What's your research? You want to do shirts? You want to do designs on shirts? So how do you do these designs on shirts? What's your marketing plan? How you going to get this out? If I invest in you, what type of return I'm going to get? You get what I'm saying? So it's like you start to test these kids. Yeah. And then when my son, and what I noticed with him is, I be telling him, like, he had started doing the research, and then it'd get too much for him. And that's when I try to teach him a little bit, but like, hey, it takes work.
Yeah.
To run this business. Like, it ain't it's not, it ain't no.
My favorite is the reason. Exactly. My favorite is the research. That gives you no glamour. No glamour. Exactly. There's no glamour in
it's no fun. It's not, you know what I mean? It's nothing you can post and say, man, yeah, I'm reading a book about, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing.
That's right. They're not going to get you no likes.
Exactly.
How long is it going to take me to read this? You know what I mean? Like,
that's real talk.
We got to teach them how to persevere through that. You know what I'm saying? In order to get to the goal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Diamonds didn't just pop up as diamonds. You know what I mean? They came from lumps of coal. You got to chip away at that. You know what I mean? To get to that.
That's right. Diamond.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think our generation is kind of, because the kids, I'm starting to like it though. That younger generation, you're seeing a lot more entrepreneurs. We've seen a lot more kids with that drive to want to just own. Like a lot of people don't want to be employees no more. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody trying to be
challenging the workforce.
There you go. Yep. That's real big now.
And it's like you said, it's something that we really seeing with this generation. But you know, we also gotta this generation, that need a little fire up underneath their buttocks, right? Get it done. Let's go. Because they got the greatest ideas brewing and storming. But like you said, once they get to that research,
and I agree, because a lot of them, I mean, they have a lot of them are more entrepreneurial mindset, I guess, with a mind state. But at the same point in time, if it's not including some form of social media, it's almost
But that's
irrelevant.
But
you ain't seeing the little homies out there, you know what I mean, with the lawnmowers no more, trying to, you know what I'm saying, and the snow shovels out there no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I was that guy. I was that guy. Snow shovel, lawnmowers, knocking on your door.
Yeah. But salute. But like I say, I'm gonna salute the generation, because social media is definitely the marketing tool now. And a lot of these young kids understand that. And they know it's the way you use it. And it's the new way.
The younger folks understand more than social media. They understand the inner workings of what makes it good. Things like VPNs.
Oh yeah.
Things like what else? Things like apps that do things that can help you coordinate or put things in place, or make this art thing, or Bitcoining, or like it's
they know how to use it.
They are tech wizards.
They're going
they are tech wizards.
They're going deep. They're going past social media.
But that's why I say with this younger generation, and I try to talk to a lot of the kids that I mentor, coach, and everything like that. I said, man, y'all in the best prime position. I shouldn't see none of y'all as employees. Y'all got so much in front of y'all to be successful, to where you can build your own brand. You can build everything. Like, all we had back in the day growing up, this social media wasn't social media like it is today. You had to get out there. You had to get out there and grind to get your name out there. You had to go through.
And our first social media wasn't until we were about 18, 19 years old.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. We was out there, hand and foot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, on your feet, handing out flyers. You know what I mean? on your feet, handing out CDs. You know what I mean? Trying to sell CDs for about $2 or $3 out the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Now, were we the first to be on computers? Was this generation the first to be on computers? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had the floppy disk. We had the square disk. We played Oregon Trail on the computer. I know all of y'all had. Do not play games. Y'all, you play Oregon Trail too.
Hey,
when I went to that class and played Oregon Trail, that was a fun time in class for me.
Hey, we was a generation of the internet. You know what I mean? We was that.
Not computers, not the internet. Computers.
AOL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we didn't have AOL. It did bring in there. You're right. You're right. You're right. I guess everybody had an Apple in here, right? Apple computer, floppy disk.
That was because those was the originals.
The only ones out there, right?
Yeah, the very, very, very beginning.
Very, very, very beginning.
I think mine was the first one I had might have been a Hewlett Packard.
With the hole in it, You don't remember that, man. That's real. We had, man.
Yeah, I was a hand-me-down. My dad was doing work at somebody's house. You know, some uppity guy, probably some uppity Negro, who, big had money. He was like, nah, make sure your family got a computer up in there because we moving on now.
Hey, quick question. When y'all first got your first dial-in to AOL, when it worked, sometimes it ain't work. You like, dang, it don't work. When it worked, did everybody over here hit at least one porn site when they was a kid? Or am I tripping? Are we tripping?
No.
I did not.
Well, I guess I'm the weirdest one on the podcast. Okay, I'll take that. Because I was on sex.com immediately.
I
was on sex.com immediately. And I
was not going for that, Jack. Hey, our computer was situated like in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Up against the wall.
Oh, okay.
Where, you know what I mean? Yeah. At any time she can walk by. She knew. It wasn't up, man.
That's it. What? That's what I remember. That's what
I remember. Yeah, okay. That was just me. So my apologies. The picture took like 20 minutes to load. Like the joke was coming down, like 20 minutes. And I was like, come on, hurry up, man. I want to see him. It took real loud. 10 to 20 minutes for each picture. Do you know what that does to a boy that's in his adolescent puberty age? Pauses.
Edge of your seat.
You are like, come on, hurry up. You feel? I'm done joking, y'all.
What's some of the future, like what's some of the future goals for Trust City?
Future goals, huh? I really want a solid retail space in the front. So my main focus when I first got into the shop was to get my chairs set up, get them rented out, and to just kind of get the service side of the shop down packed. But I always preach that products are so much stronger than services, and I've been preaching it probably the last 5 or 7 years. And I really want to put a very nice amount of retail product in a salon and incorporate that as a business concept, because I just kind of feel like that just makes sense. A lot of times we go into salons or even barbershops, and it's you might have some products that's retailed, but not on like a really large scale, like I'm really wanting to. Almost if you incorporated your beauty supply store and your hair salon on a higher end level. Outside of that, I really want to get my own building space and hopefully have some space to be able to lease out a space or two to another business and grow from there.
That sounds dope. Especially selling, your own brand. Yeah. That's all. Matter of fact, before I say that, so you as a stylist, have you created like your own like hair care products and stuff to that nature?
So I have done just a hair oil. It's not the easiest thing to do, only because it's like something else added on to your time. Your time is already a little bit accounted for. And so the hair oil, I'm finished with that. But to kind of develop a whole line of products, I just kind of see that's going to really work me. But I think it's necessary. I like the idea where the main store has its own brand, and you also have other brands that are right alongside of the store brand. To me, I just like that concept. Going to, your Target and you pick up, your Dove body wash, and then there's the Target brand right next to it, right? It goes from, your lower end stores all the way up to your higher end stores, the same concept where you have that signature that belongs to, it's a store brand, and then you have, whatever's popping or, whatever's kind of trending on the market. So just to kind of weave those two together.
Yeah, so I kind of seen that. Shout out to the homie Don Potter Peasky, the Real Cut Above in Indianapolis, Indiana. He kind of did that. He's done like the shampoos and conditioners for like men, the beard oils and the creams and stuff like that. And he kind of has his little setup in the front where he sells all of his whole,
absolutely
his whole total brand. So I think that I think that's a dope idea, and people really people really go for it. They really buy into it. You know what I'm saying?
The other side is it really sings to a specific person, because when these small businesses are creating these, and that's where you see this giant natural hair movement, where all these independent creators of products kind of coming in, because it sings to a specific issue going on that the market hasn't responded to yet. And so that's why a lot of success has really been seen. You know, the very idea that there's a beard oil, you know, your oil don't smell like, you know, your woman's oil. Like, I don't care if it don't do nothing special other than just don't make me smell like my wife. You know,
right.
Like the men are kind of like, thank you kindly. So I can honestly say that when, you know, these products are being put out there, they're being put out there with more than just the intent to make the money. You know, the barber, shout out to your guy out in Indianapolis. I'm quite sure he said, nah, I got to speak to my clientele base, you know, when I'm creating these shampoos and conditioners. And you're not going to be able to find this in your local Walmart, Target, Walgreens. You need to come here because I've been catering to you guys for so long. I know exactly what you're looking for.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. China being the biggest distributor of beauty products, right? Do you feel that the natural hair explosion or sprouting is because of China and how they're doing devious business by withholding products from Black owners who sell beauty supplies? Have you heard anything about that at all?
I don't think that's what happened.
I've heard of news stories where Black beauty supply owners have not been getting the popular shipment from the distributors in China. So I'm thinking, right, why are they the only distributors in China? Why are they the only distributors? Are they the only distributors? I mean, can we shop in Africa? Can we shop?
So I think specifically it's a China and Korean issue, right? But I think when my research did me, like I was on it hard because I was about to write them all off. That's what it got me back to. Now, you already know I like to look things up. And when I goes in, I'm going all the way in.
PG County style.
You need all the tea. All the tea. All of it.
I do. And the bottom, it came right back to your government.
Huh?
That's where my whole research.
Whoa. Hold on. This is a breaking news right here. We about to tune in right now to what you about to say. You said it falls back on the government.
This was at least 5 years ago that this came across my little desk.
Okay.
And it was the whole idea that some woman was trying to open up a beauty supply store. And in her attempts to open up a beauty supply store, she had identified everything that you're referencing. And she decided, you know what? I'm going to boycott these little Asian beauty supply stores because they taking our Black business and people don't even patronize them. Like they selling only to us. That people don't use none of these products. It doesn't make sense. Right? It makes absolutely no sense. But the bottom line is, how these people keep getting the money? Because again, which we identified in the beginning, money is a big issue. That's why we have salons and not stores that actually have all this inventory because it's more upfront money. The government creates programs and loans for foreigners to come here and create these businesses, these small businesses. They're always easier to set up inside of our neighborhoods because they're kind of like the lower end neighborhoods where you can get, little cheap rent here.
For the Asians, the Africans, the Latin Americans, you know what I'm saying? For all of them, you know what I mean? They
but excluding us.
Yep. Excluding us is what you're saying.
Excluding us. Excluding us 100% of the time. And then when you speak to the product that they have access to, if my research serves me correctly, the way they locked out who's able to purchase them products came back to, not sure the lingo here, but all that tariffs, import, export, embargoes, all that stuff came back directly to the U.S. government, in which they allowed the certain people who can purchase and who cannot purchase these items. And
it's so funny because like we are the only country that does that. You know what I mean? We are the only country that allows, you know what I mean, and gives out, you know what I mean, the grants, the loans, the, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot to the foreigners that come in. You know what I mean? Every other country you go to, it's hell for an American citizen to try to,
or
you know what I'm saying, go
anybody not from there.
Right. Yeah, any foreigner to that from that country, you know what I mean? It's hell for them to try to go in that country and capitalize. You know what I mean?
And try to colonize. And
what you say over in Qatar, if we start a business over there in Qatar, what they taking 50% of the money?
Well, the government get 51% of your shit off the break.
Crazy.
Jeez.
That's how it works. Yeah, you ain't opening up no business over there without them. You basically become a manager. You're not a CEO
of your own business. Okay.
Yeah. I learned two things from
51%. You're the majority owner now. You know what I mean? Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, yeah, you a manager.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But it ties, like I said, it ties back into, we surprised. I mean, in America, they don't even look at us black folks as people from here anyway. So they don't give us the benefits of what we need anyway. In terms of being
now that research had me fired up. And I said, I got to really research these products, because I don't know if y'all saw, what's his name, Killer Mike. That little Netflix special, and he's trying to identify, where can I get my black product? Now, before that came out, I was out there online trying to identify, listen, let's do a whole product line, and let's just purchase from the raw product. We don't own the land, so we ain't got no raw product.
Right.
Nah, we don't.
That's what it all came down to, was farmland. Like, and that was the wilder part, because, it's kind of like, even like when I reference the clientele base that I have, and they come in, and them coming from wealth, a lot of them have big acreage farms, and they don't farm those lands. A lot of us have, kind of the access to, a certain bit of wealth that another group of people would consider, but we would just literally sit on it for decades and decades, because maybe we've been we don't farm anymore. We've just been hurt so bad that we don't really want to farm like we used to anymore. But literally, that's where all our hair products come from the earth. So if we don't have any access to raw material, we done.
And look at Ross. I mean, you talking about a dude who got over 235 acres. Now, what you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
You just gonna sit on the land? You can make money off the land.
Farming.
Like, what you gonna do?
Farming is big business. It's big business, and you really better know what you're doing with it, because it can cost you.
I mean, agriculture period is basically, what our country was based off of anyway.
That's everywhere.
Farmland, yeah. So,
but
I got a question. Huh?
Did you learn about that in high school, or about how big agriculture really was and how big of a moneymaker it really was?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I did.
You did? Okay.
I did learn about it in high school, but I did learn how the corporations were pushing the small farmers out, though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Forcing them to drop the prices, and basically to the point where they had to shut
we definitely ain't learned. We ain't learned that up. We ain't learned that up in Friendly.
Well, I went to high school in Indiana now. You know what I mean? Indiana, you know what I'm saying? There's more than corn in Indiana. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, you ain't learning that up in the county. Hey, they too many cornfields in the county.
But Maryland got the ginormous agriculture program, right?
Yeah, they do. That's the crazy thing.
That's the crazy part. Yeah, it's huge. They send their kids from all over the country come to the University of Maryland for that agriculture program.
Yeah.
Oh,
and most of us don't pay it no mind.
Yo, hey, Trez, you dropping off some jewels to me, man. Miss Lady. You are like real live. I have learned some stuff today.
I got a question on the lighter side. On the lighter side, but maybe kind of serious side. Okay, so back to the natural hair explosions. Back to the the natural movement. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but you being a salon owner, or a stylist as well. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I've talked to several guys, and some be like, every woman. What's your take on the going natural explosion? You know what I mean?
As far as my males are concerned?
Well, I mean, just in general, you know what I mean? Because some males be like, damn, everybody don't need to go natural.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that I noticed, and this is across the board, don't nobody like ungroomed hair. Period. No. Sorry. A man don't know if your hair is relaxed or natural unless it's not groomed properly. Your employer don't know what type of hair you got unless it's not groomed. You can't tell me the difference between my flexi rod set, my curly rod set, or my relaxed hair versus my natural hair if I actually sat down and did my hair. What we're seeing right now is we're trying to do stuff with our natural hair because we're not familiar with it. We've been taken away from this natural hair for decades on that. And now you want us to kind of figure this out overnight. Natural hair, hard to figure out because it's so natural. It got too many different patterns in one head for somebody to try to figure that out overnight when they just went from being straight, bone straight, to now all of a sudden you got to match your super tight afro part in the back with your, super loose wavy part in the front. And then it's just, weird in the middle. And now you want it all to look the same, to go to work, to look just as polished for your little law firm that you've been working for the last 6 years. Now you want, go there and look the same. It's a transition. And so what we're seeing right now is, everybody's transitioning to even responding how you see what's going on. People transitioning to actually know what they're doing. A lot of people come sit in my chair and say, girl, I went to a natural hair salon and they claim they specialize in natural hair, but they ain't have a clue on what they're doing. When you go to hair school, nobody's talking to you about how you actually do natural hair. I just so happened to walk into a salon when I was in my training level, and all the ladies in there, they was all fierce and did natural hair and chemicals at the same darn time. And most of the stylists, how many years ago was that? They send you right out the door if you come through with afro. They're not touching it. That's too much work. That's too much time. You're not willing to pay for their time. They ain't willing to charge you for it, all that good stuff. But I think ultimately, nobody appreciates when your hair not groomed. I mean, think about when your beard start growing out. It starts getting a little peasy part on the side. It's growing all up here. You go to give me a little kiss. The scragglies catching me. I'm like, come on, babe, cut that down.
All right, so look, dig this though. All right, so let me ask you this: in your opinion, a woman that's been getting a perm and a relaxer, hair been, fried that, perm straight down their back, you know what I'm saying, and she wants to go natural. Do you think should that woman ask her man first before she changes that look?
Now,
do you think that woman should ask her man's opinion before she goes to the beauty shop and goes natural?
Yeah, you should ask your man's opinion, but you shouldn't ask him for permission. That's weird. Like, what type of relationship y'all got going where you asking him for permission for stuff? But also, what type of relationship do y'all have when you're not even asking him his opinion on when you like doing just things in general that you normally don't do? Like,
well, like so, I've heard women say,
regular conversations.
They don't have to. They can go. They feel like if they want to change, they go with the natural look. They have the right and stay here to go to the beauty shop and come back home with all that shit chopped off and have a little boy afro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm not doing it. So we are actually trained in hair school. So you better not. You better ask that woman if she talked to her man about chopping off all this hair before she do it. Well, I'm not doing that. You ain't talking to your man. You can at least talk to that man first.
Because I mean, like for real, you can't. I can't be looking at you for all this time. You know what I mean, with your hair perm straight down, and then you come home and what I'm saying, your hairline look like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But see, the other side to that, I don't see you walking into the barbershop and shaving off all your facial hair and not even mentioning to me, babe, I think I'm getting rid of this.
It wouldn't happen. I'm like, yeah, it's a conversation. Yeah, I'm like, I'm really kind of getting tired of it. You know what I mean?
It just come up in conversation piece. And, I'll weigh in how I feel about it. But generally speaking, I don't know how you avoid that because you on the fence your own self, as a woman. So the very idea that you're troubling with something and it's going in your head and you're sitting on the fence and you on, one side one day and the next side the next day, and you ain't mentioned that to your husband or to your man, that might be an issue right there in itself. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Say you mentioned it to him, he'd be like, man, I don't think that's a good idea. Then
let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Everything I do in the relationship, you're not gonna like. I'm still gonna do it, but I don't have to. I'm not gonna just force you and disrespect you with it. I can talk to you about it. Hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I might not have to do it today because I need to show this man some more pictures, just to kind of soften him up and show him that you respect. You create in a relationship that's gonna last you a lifetime. These are little things that it's more than just your hair. It's going to be some things that you're going to want to change in that body and in that relationship that the other partner's just not going to be on the page with, right? And the way that y'all get through it is going to be with respect and a little bit of caution. The hair is no exception to that. It's your life partner. And again, we want relationships that's thriving, not just sitting there stagnant and then you mad at going out with your girlfriends talking trash about your man your whole life. That ain't gonna add up.
You don't want to create resentment. You know what I mean? You start doing,
absolutely.
Just wild decisions all by yourself. You know what I mean? It creates resentment. Okay, so you just really don't care what I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because what happens when that man do that? When he start doing the same thing to you? Just going off, I ain't even gonna run this past. I'm gonna just go do my own little thing, and then we'll talk about it later.
Call her right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Right.
It ain't gonna feel good on that end
either. I know we all been there.
He gonna come home with a whole brand new car. You gonna be like, babe, I thought we was budgeting shit. I needed this.
Off the lot. Yeah, I bought it. Yeah. No more.
Ours will be hair. Y'all's gonna be a nice little car outside.
Yeah.
I did that.
A car, motorcycle, something. You know what I mean?
Something.
Fast. To the red one.
A red one,
right?
But nah,
that red joint hit home.
You got it, AG, man. He got it.
That red joint hit home.
Missing that red thing, though. He missing that red thing. I bet you he is.
I'm getting it back too when I get back. But but as we close, man, hey, we want to thank Tamara, man, for coming on. Hey, kind of give people how they can reach out to you.
Hit me up. Instagram at Tress_City, Facebook Tress City, email tresscity@gmail.com, and our website is tresscity.biz.
Ready. Fur man, go ahead and let them know, man. What's poppin'? Reach him.
Hey, first things first, I want to thank Big Money No Problems Talk Podcast, man. I want to thank y'all, man, for I call her name is Tamara, but I call her Tress. I call her the name of her business.
Oh, dang.
What time it is, man. Tress City, man. Go to Tress City right now, ladies. Before I give you this eye look. When you don't want this eye look in person. You want to keep it on the screen, but ladies, get to Tress. Hey, fellas, get to Tress City, man. Out in Laurel, man. So y'all get y'all cut, man. From Dre and Rail, man. And ladies, come holler at Miss Tamara. She like that. But hey, yo, it's Furman with Furman Entertainment. I want to welcome my Furlanders, my Fur Men, my Fur Ladies. I want to see y'all later, man. It's Furman.
Go ahead, AG. Let them know how they can reach us.
It's Furman that kills it every time. Hey, Tress, I want to, extend a big, shout out. Thank you for, for attending the show. You definitely dropped some major jewels on us, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And you are welcome back anytime. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to promote something or anything, you know what I mean? Our platform is your platform. You are more than welcome here. Shout out to the homie Furman. Yeah, go follow Furman on IG, and you know what I'm saying? He's a fun character.
Entertainment on IG, baby.
And y'all know y'all can reach us, BMNP _ENT on Instagram, BMNP _podcast on Twitter, Big Money No Problems Entertainment on Facebook, Big Money No Problems casting on SoundCloud. Man, we on every major platform. You know what I mean? Holla at Siri, holla at Alexa. You know what I mean? Tell them to play that new BMNP joint. You know what I'm saying? Told y'all the majestic mind state where it was coming. Prototypes out. You know what I mean? It ain't looking too shabby, kingish, and I will be having a line for the women and for the kids as well too. The big money BMNP clothing line is coming soon as well. You know what I mean? Be on the lookout. We are making some major moves and establishing some good relationships and continuously promising to give y'all good content. We ain't hard to find.
Boom. At all. Hey, like I said, man, I want to appreciate everybody in this shot right here that y'all seeing, man. Hey, Trust, once again, salute you. Thank you for gracing us with your presence on the show. And hey, much salute. I'm back on the East Coast now, so I definitely will be coming out there. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So definitely. Hey, we thank you. Everybody, Furmain, BMNP, Trust City Salon, man. Hey, support all of us. Continue to support all of us. Hey, we just folks trying to get it, man. That's all we trying to do. So continue to support, salute. As I always say, man, safe out there. Peace.
Absolutely.
Peace.